What's good? What's good? We are back. Yours truly, one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast. Your source for music, sports, politics, world events, and much, much more. Today, I'm going to react to a video titled "Victor Wembanyama Will Change the NBA Forever." Before we do that, though, I want to give you a word from promopalace.biz.
Marketing and promotion? Then look no further than Promo Palace LLC, your one-stop shop for all music promotion services. Services include Spotify playlist pitching, YouTube video promotion, record pool promotion, blog placements, radio airplay promotion, SoundCloud promotion, and much more. With over 2,000 customers and over 10 years of experience in online promotion, Promo Palace LLC is a company you can trust. For more info, please go to promopalace.biz. See you there.
That's right. You heard a beautiful lady. If you need online marketing promotion for your music product, brand, or service, please go to promopalace.biz. Also, you get 15% off music promo at promopalace.biz. Use coupon code Labor Day 2023 in the checkout. And you can also get the t-shirts as well. We got the new little apparel t-shirts. Let me stand up, show you. For all you dog lovers. We also got the cat ones as well, because cats have litters as well. So definitely get those. Check it out. New Litter Apparel at newlitter.com. It will forward to the promopalace.biz site to our merchandise link on our e-commerce store. But you can just type in newlitter.com and it'll take you straight there. And you can get the New Litter Apparel t-shirts for all you dog lovers and all you cat lovers. All right, let's get into it.
Picking pop from three, Wembanyama. And a go. That changes with this guy. They're always fun to watch. Wembanyama over Bryant.
No, for real. Are you seeing this?
It's an interception deflection. Sohan. Wembanyama! Power forward to center. Look at this.
I can't emphasize this enough. Are you seeing this?
Got the screen from Osman. Oh, with a nice little dribble right there. Shaking. Rocketing down the lane. Handing to Wembanyama. Goes on Robinson. Double by Kane and spins one up.
This dude's not real. I know it's just preseason, but I've seen all I need to see. This guy...
Let me stop for a second. I posted on Facebook pretty much the same thing before I even seen this video. I know it's only preseason, but Victor Wembanyama is a game changer, man. And then I see this video, I was like, I gotta react because yeah, I know it's just preseason, but this cat is doing things nobody has ever seen done.
This guy's not real. Victor Wembanyama. Basketball's never going to be the same. It's never going to be the same. Let's talk about it. Real quick before I get into this video, if you end up enjoying it, please be sure to subscribe. Also drop a like. It only takes 1 second. It makes a massive difference in how the video performs in the YouTube algorithm. So today, I'm a little bit late on it, but I have to talk about Victor Wembanyama. Now, I normally try not to make videos specifically about the preseason. I obviously acknowledge that criticism at the very start, but I think this is more than valid in this particular case. Because yes, this is preseason and players are not trying as hard, and I'm sure Victor Wembanyama will be far less deadly in a regular season setting. That's all probably true. However, Victor, across his 2 preseason games, has displayed a level of ability that is just, not even just a level of ability, but a type of ability that is just entirely foreign to my conceptions of basketball. Now, the first thing that's really interesting to me about all of this is just how much more effective, how much better Victor has looked in this preseason setting versus how he looked in the summer league. When I went and saw Victor in person in Las Vegas, I made the point that summer league offenses have very little structure to them, and play finishing types of players really do not thrive in them. It's far more like isolation heavy, really ball handling heavy guys. And as a result, Victor didn't necessarily shine all that much. He had a good second game, a very bad first game. Overall, though, his performance was, I'd say, mildly underwhelming, and enough reason to maybe be a little bit reserved about how good he was actually going to be in his rookie year. However, in this setting with the Spurs, surrounded by actual NBA players and under a system implemented by Greg Popovich that utilizes him to his fullest strength, I think he's actually going to be even better than I initially thought. First things first, let's talk about the defense. This guy might already be a top 10 defender in the NBA. I believe one of my hot takes in my hot
Not already. He is. Keep it moving.
takes for this season video was that Victor would be a top 10 defender in the NBA immediately. That's starting to feel less like a hot take and just a genuine, reserved, fairly lukewarm perspective, because this guy is ridiculous. Defense is all about taking away space from the offense, and in the case of Wemby, he just destroys any semblance of what space even is. Not only does he have the length to cover a lot of area in the area that he's in, but he has the speed to make the area that he is in fucking everywhere, it feels like. The amount of possessions, especially against the Miami Heat, where it felt like he covered the entire ground in just a split second. And then, like, not only does it help that he can just get to the right spot at the right time to bring help defense, but also if he makes a mistake, he has the length and he has the speed to recover from that mistake and still alter the shot of whoever may get by him. Defensively, dude is ridiculous, and he's probably going to go down as, fuck the word probably. Unless injuries are a problem, Victor is going to go down as one of the best defensive players of all time.
I like this guy. Fuck the word probably.
I'm very, very confident in that, and I'm quite confident that it's going to be obviously excellent defense from the get-go. But let's move to the offense, because that's what's more surprising to me. I realize I just said that a rookie is going to be a top 10 defender in the league, but that's something I've felt for a while. The conclusion I've gotten from this preseason has been he's going to be a better offensive player than I thought pretty early on as well. Now, do I necessarily expect him to be putting up 23 points in 23 minutes type of level of production on a regular basis? Definitely not. I don't expect him to shoot 10 for 15 regularly, but I do think that he has showcased actual ability within the flow of the Spurs offense that is just simply going to be available for him all the time. Now, the first thing that stands out to me from this game against the Miami Heat specifically was his mid-range game. I had understood Wemby to be a very good mid-range shooter and that to be a big part of his game going to the future. However, in those summer league games, as well as their first game against OKC, we really didn't see too much of that. In this,
and let me start real quick. We do know mid-range is a big part of some of the biggest scorers. Kevin Durant, mid-range assassin. Devin Booker, mid-range assassin. We know Chris Paul is a mid-range assassin. You know, DeMar DeRozan, mid-range assassin. Mid-range, I mean, cats are always caught up with just trying to shoot threes. If this cat becomes a mid-range assassin,
game, Wemby was going off from mid-range. I feel like he hit like 5 shots from there, at least 3 of them being off of the dribble. And
look at the quick crossover for a 7'3" guy. I remember first time I seen a guy that could cross over like this at this height, I think was like Sean Bradley, who didn't amount to much. This dude just did that. Came up, pull up, mid-range at the free throw line on some Kevin Durant shit, and he's like 7'3".
And all of them just super, super impressive. The thing most impressive about them, look at this release point. Look at that line, look at where the basketball is, and look at where the rim is. I don't know if there's another player in NBA history that both has this release point and is good enough to take that shot and make that shot pretty much whenever. Like guys like Kevin Durant or Dirk Nowitzki have a very high release point, but I don't think it's quite at the rim and oftentimes above the rim, especially if Wemby gets a good jump on the shot. So I've said this before, but when you're trying to contest a Victor Wembanyama jump shot, you have to
literally jump 10 feet in the air just to block the motherfucker.
jump high enough to dunk the ball in order to put a hand over the ball itself. That's just absurd. It's going to get to the point where people are just contesting him by doing the like hand in your face thing, because putting your hand over the ball is just not going to cut it. It's very difficult to do that. Even if you are someone that can dunk that's guarding him, and casually so, as a lot of big men obviously will be, you still have to get it.
And if you're Trae Young, you're probably going to have to jump still just to put your hand in his face.
Decent lead up to get that high into the air. So, you know, even someone like Thomas Bryant contesting him just isn't going to get high enough to interrupt the shot in a significant manner. And he seems to be more than comfortable enough with the shot itself to believe that he is going to be hitting them with or without that damn contest. The three-point shooting is something that's probably going to take a little bit longer to come along, and that's the thing that defenses have conceded to Wemby the most by far. But I would not be surprised if 2-3 years into his career, he's pretty freaking deadly from out there as well. Then we got to talk about the guard skills, because obviously it is those skills that was setting up a lot of these mid-range shots, the off of the dribble ones in particular. It's ridiculous to see someone this tall and this long move like that. Looking at the pull-up that he did, where he like took the ball off of the screen and then got to the free throw line and just faded, that shot is ridiculous. Like, that's some Kevin Durant shit. And, you know, it feels like he's almost going to answer the question, like, what if Kevin Durant was even taller, to like a ridiculous degree. So the mid-range shooting is filthy. The dribbling is filthy. He is so good at dribbling the ball at this height, at this length. Yeah, I'd say he's good at dribbling the ball, period, without that being the case. Normally, when you're that tall, that long, there is a consequence of dribbling the ball, which is there's just a lot more distance between the top of your hand and the ground than it is for like a 6-foot guard, for example. That means when you're defending a taller player that dribbles, you can kind of get under them to try and disrupt them, but his handle is so good and his decision making is so good that it's really not a huge weakness. He's also made great decisions passing the ball. Maybe less just outright creating the play as you would maybe hope, but in terms of just recognizing when someone is open and making the correct decision, he already seems very well versed in that. There were a couple of different plays in this game where he was double teamed and he made the right read. And being able to make the right read out of a double team is something that a lot of very good NBA players struggle with. The most obvious one that stands out to me, though of course he has gotten better with it, is Joel Embiid. I would say Wemby's already further along in this regard, based on the little I've seen from the preseason, than the guy who just won MVP last year. And then the obvious thing is that the dude is a ridiculous finisher. In this screenshot, you see that Wemby has the ball. He has 1 foot barely in the line. He is going to dunk that ball, and he is not going to put the ball on the floor, and it's going to be completely legal. He caught the ball, takes 2 strides, Euro steps into a dunk. And the thing is, he has so much height, so much length, that he is oftentimes, and he does this on the alley-oop as well, he's dunking the ball on the way down. A lot of people oftentimes will get their dunk at the apex of their jump, and you have to be an especially good athlete or especially tall and long to be falling down and still finishing that. But he has that height and length that he can jump, start to go downward, and still have plenty of ability to actually dunk the ball. The other dunk that really stands out, probably his most impressive thus far, is his poster dunk on Thomas Bryant. He did a standing poster dunk with his entire body outside of the restricted area. For pretty much any other player, even Giannis, in the position.
That was like the DeAndre Jordan dunk back in the days. But this guy was literally outside the restricted area. And his arms are so long. He just, wow.
That Wemby was in here probably doesn't quite dunk that, but he did. You take a look at the face that Thomas Bryant had afterwards as well. He thought he was defending like a hook shot or some type of layup. He wasn't expecting to get dunked on at all. And that's because he's not used to guarding aliens. He's not used to guarding people that just break all conventions of basketball. I said when I watched the Chet versus Wemby game, it felt like I was watching the future of basketball. What Wemby is bringing to the table is something that will forever change the sport and my perspective on the sport. He's done so many things, and so casually as well, that I'm just so perplexed at the fact that they are even possibilities. Being this tall, being this long, that alone is super rare. There are only a couple of players in NBA history that were truly that height, let alone had the mobility that he does. That list is even shorter, maybe literally just a list of one. And the list definitely becomes a list of one when you then factor in the guard skills that he possesses. Victor is a ridiculous basketball player, and I can't even fully grasp what I'm looking at when I watch him. And that's a feeling that I haven't really had in quite a long time. I think literally the last time I can think of where I was like, oh man, this just completely warped my perception of what basketball even is, was when Stephen Curry won MVP the first time and was pulling up the way that he was. And to say that about somebody from a preseason game that is a rookie, to be even in the same breath as that type of thing, shows a lot in terms of what kind of expectations I have, what kind of changes I'm expecting to see. All I can be is dumbfounded. The guy is an alien, and I do think we need to stick with that descriptor in terms of like it being a nickname or whatever. I think LeBron called him an alien. That's just accurate. This is not something that I knew a human was capable of until finally seeing it on an NBA floor. You know, obviously, I've looked at a plentiful amount of Wemby footage. Who the hell hasn't, especially if it's your job like it is for me. But to see it actually on an NBA floor surrounded by a bunch of actual NBA players against a team that was just in the NBA Finals, no less, made it very, very real. Things are about to be different. Yeah, that's it. Shout out to Rudy for editing this video, and goodbye.
Yeah, Victor Wembanyama got a steal where he literally kind of like had one knee on the floor and stretched out his other leg and swiped the freaking ball, got up and got the ball back for a dunk when the one of the Spurs defenders got the steal after he swiped it out of dude's hands. I mean, this guy's already did the alley-oop dunk where he had the screen, he passes the dude off to the wing, throws his hand up, and instantly goes and lobs it up to him, and he just catches it, dunks it on the way down. He just dunked it outside of the restricted area, just yoked it. The cross 7'3" guy crossover, bring it up, pull up at the free throw line like Kevin Durant. I've seen at least the one where he shot the three. He literally shot the three, missed it, took it 2 steps, caught it, and dunked it back. I've never seen that. I've seen at least almost a half a dozen things from this guy that you've never seen anybody at his size ever do. Or anybody, period. I've never seen nobody shoot a three and miss it, take 2 steps and catch it and dunk. I don't even think Michael Jordan did that. He did it off a free throw or something like that. But like, I haven't seen nobody shoot a three. It bounces off the rim. They go take 2 steps and catch it in the air and yoke it before anybody could rebound it. I've never seen that. NBA is going to be in good hands. They're in good hands going forward. You just got Victor Wembanyama just came in. Scoot Henderson, we don't know what he's going to be. You still got a young LaMelo Ball. You got young Ja Morant. Hopefully Zion could get healthy. You still got Giannis kind of young. Embiid still got some years left, even though he don't got too many years because he's injury prone. You still got a young Jokic. You got an Anthony Edwards. There's a lot of good players coming up, man. A lot of good players coming up. A lot of good young players. Add Victor Wembanyama. You got Chet Holmgren, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, a lot of good cats, man. A lot of good young cats. Luka Doncic still. You know, there's going to be a lot of cats that going to be competing for championships, you know, coming through the future and whatnot. Yeah, but Victor Wembanyama, he's an alien. I mean, we haven't seen nobody 7'3" do some Kevin Durant shit and some other shit that Kevin Durant can't do. His defense is going to get better. His offense is just going to get better. He's going to be a game changer, man, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And the fact that he went to the Spurs is probably good. It's probably good. The only, like, yes, I wanted him in Charlotte so bad. Him and LaMelo, okay, that would have been great. Him and LaMelo. But think about it. Did we really want him in Portland? No. Did we really want him in one of these sorry franchises? We really need him in Detroit or Houston or these franchises are being ran like shit right now. You know, when you think about all the franchises that lost games this year, who had the best development staff and coaching staff? It's still the Spurs out of all those sorry ass teams. Hornets are shit right now. The Hornets are shit right now. Oh boy, just had a warrant out for his rest, and we don't know what's about to happen with him. Miles Bridges, the guy we drafted, Brandon Miller. I'm not convinced with him. Book Night, he ain't panning out. PJ Walker, yeah, he took a step up, but we're gonna have to see what he does this year. You know, right now all we got is LaMelo Ball, and he ain't gonna stay but so long. You know. And yeah, we still got a young Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, man. These cats is only like, what, 26, 27 years old? We still got them young cats in their primes. Devin Booker's still a little young. He ain't super old. We got a lot of good young players in the league still right now, man. A lot of good faces to carry forward. And Victor Wembanyama is just another one to add and probably put the icing on the cake and the cherry on top. And it's only been preseason, but I've seen enough. Draymond Green can talk all that shit. Podcast P, Paul George, wackest name ever for a podcast. Podcast P. It don't sound as fluid as the Paul Pickett podcast. Triple P. You know, they can talk all that shit, man. Draymond Green he ain't gonna be able to do nothing with Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama is gonna have a field day with Draymond Green. I don't care how great he thinks his defense is. He's getting older. He ain't gonna be tall enough. Victor Wembanyama is going to. Draymond Green can talk all that shit. Just know we're gonna have receipts after the game when the Spurs finally play the Warriors, and we see what Victor Wembanyama does to Draymond Green. Draymond talking all that shit. I don't see nobody gonna be stopping Victor Wembanyama, man. And I can't wait to see him going up against Joel Embiid, going up against Jokic. And big man are coming back, man. Big men are coming back. Three of the top three dudes in the league this year. Jokic, Giannis, and Embiid. All big men. Giannis is 6'11". 6'10", 6'11". Big men. Big men. You know, add Victor Wembanyama to the mix, you know. Shit, big men might be running this league coming up in the next 5 to 10 years. Who knows? And don't count Jokic out. Don't count the Joker out to be back in the finals again this year, even though I'm not going to lie, the Suns look good. The Suns look good. I mean, on offense at least. I don't know if they're going to be able to damn stop a damn wet paper bag, you know. I don't know if they're going to be able to stop a wet paper bag and whatnot, but the offense looks very dangerous and scary. And then you got the Celtics over there. They look like they're going to have a good defense and a good offense. People were talking about, oh, they got rid of Marcus Smart. They got rid of Marcus Smart, heart, soul defense. Well, guess what? They got Porzingis, and they got a better Marcus Smart. They got a better Marcus Smart and Drew Holiday, who's better defender, actually a better point guard and a better scorer as well, more efficient scorer also. So, yeah, they got a better Marcus Smart, and they got Porzingis. going to be a nice year this year, man. Nice year. Once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Paul Pickett Podcast, and I'm out.